Looks like I got everything up and going. Yeah. It looks like I've got the view nice and clean. Sorry about the lights up above. That's not something that I typically have seen when I'm doing my videos and whatnot. And yeah, so I do apologize. Needless to say, we're going to do just some light tosses. Just wanted to kind of hang out, give you guys a little bit of feel what it feels like for my members on my YouTube channel that want to join me at the rail. We will get together. We'll have events just like this once a month on Sundays. We'll shoot, we'll talk, we'll trade stories, and you can't even see my beautiful sign over here. Let me turn my camera just a little bit. That way you guys can see that. I love this neon sign. There we go. Awesome. So, what's our objective tonight? Light tosses. Basically, I'm just going to work on the ATS, maybe hit some hard ways, some horns, really work on the dice control tonight. I've been really struggling as far as the height of the where I release my dice going down the table. So I really want to go controlled. I want to hit about the height of this handrail coming down, and I'm going to be hitting right here towards the end of the field trying to get my desired results. So you guys are more than welcome to join me. I highly encourage your comments, questions. You want to share stories? I'm here for it. And right now, I've got the dice here. I'm not even going to place any bets. You know what? I will keep count of the rolls. So in between like 7 outs and whatnot, I'll have the roll count up. I think you can see it right there. I'm waiting to see if it pops up on my TV, which is a few seconds behind. Okay, perfect. You can. All right, so that's going to be my roll counter. That way you guys at home can see. I'll also keep you abreast of how we are doing on the ATS. Awesome. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get a couple tosses going. I'm going to start off just like I do on most come-outs. I usually use a 1-3-1-2. My big philosophy when I'm shooting on the come-out is I want to try to get 1, 2, if not all 4 of the horn numbers before I actually hit a point. It's something that I'm specifically targeting because that's the time that I feel I'm going to be making those bets on the horn. And I utilize the world bet a lot, especially on the come out. And if I can utilize that world bet as I'm working the pass line for the come out, that's the best time to hit it. That's the best. I mean, really, if we're talking push come to shove on the world bet, if you're playing the world, you could play the horn and you're going to make more money on it. I get that. But I play the world specifically because I do throw 7s quite often when I'm hunting for the horns. So that's my whole breakdown as to why I do what I do. And yeah, let's have some light tosses. All right, here we go. 1, 3, 1, 2. That's the dice set that I'm going to use for the come out. Remember, the name of the game is trajectory and getting those dice to stay together. So there's a 3-2 fever 5. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to be able to place this. Maybe right there so you guys can see. Yeah, fever 5. 5 will be the point. Let's mark it. And that is our first roll. Another thing that I'm going to also want to keep track of, which I do personally when I'm here at home, not running any kind of streams or whatnot, I want to see how well the repeater bets are working for me, if they're working at all. So I usually just mark it with a white chip on the number I hit as I throw it, just to see if we might hit some repeaters. All right, there we go. So now that I have a point set, one of the things that I look to do is I will try to hit inside numbers, specifically the 5 through 9. And so I did not. There we go. My counter's up. So I'm going to use a 3-5-3-1. This is a dice set that I typically will use that is universal to targeting 6s and 8s. In the world of dice influencing and control, there are the 3-5s that I call the 3-5 series. It's the 3-5-3-1, 3-5-6-4, 3-5-1-5 set that will help you target those specific numbers, the 6, 8, the 4, 10, the 5, and 9. If you are throwing well and you're able to control the dice with nice controlled bounces at the end of the table, these types of dice sets can help you. Will it work 100% of the time? No, absolutely not. Badlands, welcome in. Hey, I like your new member icon. I just updated those this morning, and so I changed it out. It's not a star anymore. It's got a little KC on a poker chip. Good to see you, bro. All right, so we are working on trajectory as more importantly, the height at which we are releasing the dice as we're coming down the table. We don't want it to come high and hit the table because that'll give us a real big bounce and explosion off of the wall. We don't want it to come down too low where it dribbles and either A, doesn't hit the wall, or they and with the fear of getting a no roll or having it come so soft that it just putters out and you lose the control of the dice. So my ideal throw is to hit about the height of the rail on the other side, and I want to hit right in here between this 2 and this don't pass bar. That's my area, and I want it to just bounce, hit, and then bounce off the wall and come to a nice soft settle. That's what I'm aiming for. Let's see if we can't make it happen. All right, so the dice that I'm going to use, 3, 5, 3, 1. We have a point of 5. That's a little on the high side, but it did give us a 2, 1, 3. And they did come apart on me just a little bit, but that's okay. That's why we're here. We're having some practice. So that knocks out that 3. Let's continue throwing. 3, 5, 3, 1. This targets 6s and 8s. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, the hat, that's about what we want right there. 2, 4, 6. See, I told you it targeted 6s and 8s. The hat I'm wearing tonight, guys. And let me take it off so you guys can see it. It's a pretty neat little hat. This is the hat that you can win on my channel if you are a member or come and participate in my LFC on Tuesday evenings, and you can get 26 rolls. This hat is yours. You can't buy it. I'm not selling it on my website. The only way you can get it is you have to earn it, and I make sure that you guys earn it. It's half the fun, right? All right, here we go. And I lost track. 3, and then, oh yeah, and then we hit the 6. Ta-da! I need to remember to mark my, there we go. All right, let's keep rolling. We're staying on the 3, 5, 3, 1. But yeah, I got the whole merch came in this week. It looks really good. I was really pleased with the results of it when it arrived at my doorstep. There we go. That was a nice height, and that's the 6, 1. Okay, so I did have a little extra spin. It is one thing that I am trying to combat is to get that distance away. I feel like I'm flicking my fingers a little bit, and it's causing that kind of erratic behavior with the dice. It happens. I just got to learn to control my hands a little bit better, and we'll get there. All right, let's turn the puck off. Let's have another throw. So, how is everybody this evening? If you guys want to chat, you're more than welcome to say hello. I hope you all are having a good day. It is Thursday, thank goodness. Tomorrow's Friday. Definitely looking forward to that. All right, here we go. I'm going to go back with the 1, 3, 1, 2. That is what I use on the come out. They split on me a little bit and they kissed down there, but we did get a primary facing result, a 3, 2, 5. Fever 5. Mark our 5. And then let's bring that back down. There we go. That's our first roll. 5 is our point. Let's see what we can do. 3, 5. I'm going to stay with the 3, 5, 3, 1, trying to target those 6s and 8s. That felt good. 4, 6, 10. Off by a quarter turn, but we'll take it. Oh, I forgot my white chips. There we go. So we got a 5 and we got a 10. Roll again. Looking for 6, 8. That's what we're aiming at. 6s and 8s. Did you see how they came up real short? you noticed it came up real high, but I had a lot of spin on it, and then it just kind of died right there. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I want to get it a little bit lower with a little bit more action to bounce and skip into the wall and right back off. We did get a 235. That is the point. I'm not upset with the result. I just have to be careful with that because some casinos will warn you and they'll count that. They will not count that as a roll sometimes. So you got to be real careful if you are looking to really finesse your shot in a sense. All right, so we're going back on the 1-3-1-2. We did get our first point of the night. Now let's see if we can't take advantage of the come out and hit a couple horn numbers. There we go. I liked that. That's a 6-1 come out cookie. That doesn't hurt us. It does reset the ATS, but really we only had what 5 and 10. So yeah, it didn't really hurt us that all that much. All right, next toss. I do casinos kick people out for the counting cards in blackjack. Yes, casinos do not like card counters. That is true. That is not a fake news type of story. They will watch for that kind of thing. It's just they have the right to refuse, and if you are a card counter and they think you're doing it, they do have the right to ask you to not play there anymore. There is a 4-4 bulldog. There we go. Heart 8. Only if you take away too long after being warned. Yeah, yeah. They know it doesn't actually do anything, so let you set dice all you want. Yeah, no, absolutely. Dice setting is not discouraged. They will warn you sometimes if you are taking too long, kind of like what Snurdle said. I mean, like, do they watch for advantage craps players? Like, if you mastered rolling the dice. Actually, Kayla, that's a great point because a lot of people will say, watch for the drink ladies or the ID checks or the pit boss making sure you're doing okay. Those little things are not always put in there by mistake. Just a little backspin, bro. Yeah, I got you, Badlands. I promise you. But yes, the dice control players, a lot of times they won't mess with them, but if they're on a bit of a roll, you'll see a drink lady stop by, or you'll see somebody come check on them, or you'll see a mid-roll buy-in where all of a sudden they weren't there before and they just popped on. I've had that happen to me before. Not saying it happens, but I've had it happen to me before. All right, so our point is 8. We did hit a 4-4 bulldog. So let's see if we can't come back and hit that 8 again. All right. Here we go. 3-5-3-1. I need to mark that big red that we got on that come out. There we go. Let's see if we can't hit that 8 again. Little backspin. Little better. Hey, there's a midnight 6-6. All the dots in both spots. That means my left die kicked out on me. Or kicked in on me. Let's take a look here. Yep, it imploded. So I need to straighten my arm out. All right, let me mark that midnight. Here we go. That felt good. That's a 4-1. KC chicken. Mark that 5. That's our third 5 that we've hit tonight in this roll. That's good. Here we go. 3-5-3-1. Looking for the 8. Heart 8 would be good. See if we can't smack that. We got it right there on the bottom side. That is a 3-6 Nina. Sexy 9. That 3, the first 3 popped up. I was like, oh, wow, that stuck perfectly. And then I saw that second die bouncing around. I'm like, no, settle down. Settle down. Don't go crazy. All right, let's mark the 9. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mark the 10. Oh, no, 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 no. It got reset because of the come out. There we go. Let's roll again. 3, 5, 3, 1. We are looking for an 8. Oh, that felt good. 4, 1. KC chicken. All right, we'll mark that 5 again. That's number 4. One more for the repeater. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, let me mark that. That was a roll. 3, 5, 3, 1. We are looking for an 8. I can't grab. There we go. Little on the high side. 6-2. We got it. I'm not going to complain, but I just got to watch my release. I went a little high on that release. That is the point. That's our second point now. Yeah, no, and I'm really concentrating on the spot that I'm hitting. I want to make sure that I hit that spot every time. This and I can show you. It's between the don't pass and the 2 on the field. That little square right there is where I'm trying to get. And I can actually show you down here. Yeah, here we go. So it's basically from this yellow line, the don't pass, this right here, and in front of the 12. That is my area that I am trying to hit when I throw the dice. All right. That's our second point. Let's throw again back on the 1, 3, 1, 2 for the come out. 3, 5, easy 8. Right there, same spot. There's the 8. How did you learn this? I'm jealous. I'll tell you right now, Kayla. Um, practice, 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 and then more practice. It's not something you're going to get overnight. I started off with my very own table just over a year ago. It was a really basic box type table. If you go check my earlier videos, you'll see it. It had a red felt. It was my first ever craps table or craps table, period. And I would just spend hours throwing dice, working on my grip, working on the release, working on the trajectory, everything, and just studying the game as much as I possibly could, and then just practice some more. And then I met people like here in the community, Badlands, who's one of my valued REL members. Thank you, Frank. Frank Torelli. How the heck are you, sir? Hey, Frank. Yeah, this I got from littlevegas.com. Be sure to check them out. Littlevegas.com. They sell these kinds of tables. They'll take care of you. Anyhow, so yeah, it's just a lot of practice and really being diligent about the release, the speed. I relate a lot to either like swinging a golf club and hitting a golf ball, or swinging a baseball bat, or even throwing a baseball. It's about the mechanics when you're talking about dice control, and it's a lot about feel and muscle memory. Shooting a free throw is another really good example of throwing dice. So, did the casinos let you play? Yes, they do, Callie. Actually, Harris Casino is the casino that essentially paid for this table right here. I don't bullshit my wins and losses. If I lose, I tell you. If I win, I tell you. Last year, I was up over 10,000 playing craps. That bought this 14-foot craps table that originally resided in Vegas. This year, I'm up about 4,000. I haven't played as much this year because I got a big trip coming up in October. Just for the wife and I, we're going to Italy. That's aside the point. I just kind of backed off a little bit this year. But overall, yes, they do let me play. And actually, I have a private game at Harris Casino in North Kansas City coming up next month where you have to be invited to play the table. So thank you. All right, here we go. We're back on the come out. 3-5-3-1, or not on the come out, for the point. 8 is our point. Let's see if we can't just smack it. That is a 4-1 KC chicken. 4-1-5. And more importantly, that's the repeater. Had I had $25 on that 5 repeater, would have been over 2 grand because the repeater 5, excuse me, pays 79 to 1. That's one thing that I'm getting ready to really try to up my game is to target a specific number and be able to hit it a number of times to get those repeater bets, because those repeater bets can be pretty juicy if you can hit them. All right, here we go. 3-5-3-1. We're still looking for the 8. That is our point. Oh, I forgot my counter. Don't want to forget that. All right, here we go. I like the height. Good spin. A little too much spin. That's midnight again. I need to loosen up a little bit. All the dots in both spots. Hey, we're yo away from the talls. I didn't even realize that. Holy smokes. All right. Keep that arm extended. Yeah, I will. That will stop the extra roll off. Okay, thank you, Badlands. Appreciate it. Why not master just rolling like snake eyes every time? All right, Caleb, let me tell you this. Because rolling aces, there's only one way to roll aces. What do I mean by that? Those are the only two. That's the only combination that you can get to aces or midnight. It is statistically difficult to get aces and midnight every roll. It's just because there's only one combination of each. The reason you get players that like to target the 6s and 8s is because specifically that there are 6 ways to hit a 6, 6 ways to hit an 8. That's the kind of thing you have to be thinking about. Come on, bro. No bad bosses. Keep that arm extended. All right, fine. Here we go. So we had the midnight. Now let's go to 3-5-3-1. I think you're a little behind, Badlands. You might try fast forwarding a little bit. Point is 8. Let's get the 8. There's a 4-1. KC chicken. See? And that 5 actually is nice because, yeah, it pays, what is that, 7 to 5? Yeah, 7 to 5. So for 25, it pays 35 every time. Yeah. It really does, Kayla. And that's not so much about saying, hey, you cannot do that. Because if you think you can do that and you can get out there and be even remotely consistent with it, by all means, get out there and bust your ass and take advantage of it. It's just statistically difficult to do. So why not wear a Darth Vader t-shirt and play Dark Side and just fire off 7s like they are going out of style? Well, think about this, Schnurtles. Okay, seriously. Let's say you do that, all right? And you're out there, the first 3 rolls are 7s on the come out. You're doing great. You're excited. And then all of a sudden you hit a box number. Well, you can't fire off 7s anymore because the minute you do, your roll is over. So effectively, you take yourself out as a roller. There are ways to play the dark side where you aren't always going after the 7. But with that said, you have to be conscious about that. You can't just go out firing 7s and then screw yourself over by getting a box number followed up by another 7. Think about it. There are advantages to doing it. You just have to figure out ways to do it and then be able to control the dice, hopefully in a way that you can take advantage of it. All right, here we go. 3-5-3-1. We are looking for that 8. That is a 2-3-5 Fever. Man, that 5 is freaking hot tonight. Hey, what's up, Brad? Welcome in, yo. Glad to see you. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, be sure to check out my site, KCCraps.com. Got awesome things like this embroidered hoodie. just released. I got the dice here on the left sleeve with my logo on it. Pretty nice. Barred money. All right, here we go. Back on 3-5-3-1. Don't forget my roll. Oh, nice. 3-1-4, little Joe. We needed it. Now, the three did stick on me a little bit, and that's okay. I'm still kind of fluctuating a little bit, but I am hitting my spot. That's the important thing. As long as I can hit my spot, I can work on the trajectory to get it to the wall. To me, hitting my spot is more important than getting the speed down before I get the spot. Because if the speed is down and I'm spraying all over the table, it's not going to matter. I don't know. Still having my moments out of nowhere. Yeah, it happens, Brad. Not a big deal. Glad to see you join us here, though. All right, here we go. 3-5-3-1. We are looking for that 8. That is a 1-2-3. 3 craps. You sell a guide to get started with this. I get you said the main thing is practice, but a starting guide to know how to practice and what not would be cool. Kayla, you ready? It's free. See the little subscribe button? Click it. Thumbs up, maybe, and then just look at my videos. I talk a lot about this in my strategies and my dice control. And then, if you're looking for moments like this where you and I are talking directly on, I'm not pressuring, but if you would like to join my rail community every Sunday, or not, excuse me, not every Sunday, the first Sunday of every month at 8 a.m., my members can join me right here on my channel. And all you have to do is pull up a chair, kick back, relax. We'll chat, we'll trade stories. I'll give you opinions, insights, whatever it may be. And maybe we just shoot. Maybe you're like, hey, let's just shoot for an hour. I'm here for it. So if you'd like to join that, I would welcome you to join. Let's continue throwing here. All right, so we had the 1-2-3. I need to mark that 3. Here we go. 3-5-3-1. We are looking for the 8. Pretty throw. 5-3-8. There it is. Nice. Just a lot of practice. 3-5-3-1. I said that targets 8s, and there it is. Proof in the pudding. But that doesn't come without struggles. Trust me. I'm coming off of a pretty bad stint right now where my shooting was a little off. But we just keep working on it. All right, here we go. Let's back. We're back on the come out. 1-3-1-2. We are looking for a horn on this. 3-1, little Joe. We'll take it. Bring it down here so you all can see. Oh, I flipped over the die. I have no reason to lie about this. I'm here practicing. Why would I lie about what I'm hitting if I'm practicing? It's only going to hurt me. All right, point is 4. Here we go. Now, here's the question. Do we want to hunt the 4 or do we just want to keep doing what we're doing? I think for me, because I'm having a pretty decent roll, I don't think I'll break what I'm doing. I think I'll just continue shooting with the 3-5-3-1. A lot of times, if you're on a rhythm and things are going smoothly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? There is a 3-1-4 right back. Hey, how about that? Buckshot that point. We'll take it. And that, boys and girls, is the repeater 4. The repeater 4 pays 64 to 1. Imagine if you had a quarter on that bad boy. All right, here we go. Come out. We're on the 1-3-1-2. Looking for, we need a yo and a mid, or excuse me, a yo and aces. Those are the last two horn numbers that we need to hit. Let's see if we can hit one of those. That is a 2-6 easy 8. I shot a little deep. Not gonna lie. All right. Mark the 8. Only play points. Let's get her. Yeah, that's true. 2, 4, 5. All right. We are one away from the repeater 8. All right, here we go. 3, 5, 3, 1 is our dice set. Looking for the 8. That's a 5, 4. Nina. 9. Oops, a little too far. And let's continue on. All right, 3, 5, 3, 1. Looking for an 8. Hard 8. 5, 4, or excuse me, 5, 3, 6, 2. I'll take any of those. It is a hard 6. We needed it. Needed it. Useful. Useful. And that's actually a really, really good hit. If you know about dice control and the dice set that I am using, that's a really good hit. All right, so we are a aces, 10, and yo away from the all. All right, let's keep doing what we're doing. We're just gonna keep rolling the 3, 5, 3, 1. Let's see if we can't get that 8. That is a 3, 4. We knew it was gonna come sooner or later. I am not upset with that roll. Not gonna lie. That was a good roll. Let's see how many we got. We only threw 2 sevens, one on the come out in the very last one. And that was actually midway through the roll. We hit 2, 4, 5. We almost hit a repeater 8. 2, 4, 5. We hit a repeater 5 with 2 extra. We hit a repeater 4 right on the button. So that's 3, 4, 9, 10, 12, 17, 19, 22, 24 roller. I don't care what that says. That's not right. We had a 24 roller. And this is why we practice, because we want to get those desirable results. And the only way you're going to really get those desirable results is by practicing, putting in the time, putting in the effort. If you don't put in the effort, you can't expect to win. You know, it'd be like telling the pitcher, "Hey, you're pitching this weekend. Don't worry about practicing. You'll be good. You'll be fine. Don't you don't have to practice. You're fine." That's just not how it works in reality. All right, let's see here. It is 8:33. I planned on being on here until 9 o'clock. So if anybody would like to chip in, maybe ask some questions, maybe has some comments, wants to find out a little bit more about me or my channel, I'm here for it. As I knock my headphones off. Sorry, guys. Let's try that again. I apologize. So, yeah, I'm here. If you guys have questions or want to generally just learn more about the channel or myself, I'm here to answer them and work with you guys, see what you guys want to know. Um, in the meantime, I don't know where I did with my, or where my other headphone went. Oh, there it is, right there. Ta-da. Let's get set up for another roll. All right, so those are all set. I got my counters here. Let's turn the puck off and get started. All right. So with the come out, I'm going to go through 1, 3, 1, 2. I've already kind of explained my thought process behind that as to why I use this. Let's see what we can do. Oh, here we go. Have you talked to any casinos about filming live in there while you play? I have actually, Brad. And it's not so much that is a too hard four. Nice. It's not so much that they don't want it. A lot of times, the casinos, especially here in my area, are just not able to. Whatever reason it may be, I have come across several of them, but I respect that. And, I try to work with them. And if they want to give it an opportunity, I'm here for it. So I am talking to a couple places, but nothing concrete. If it happens, great. If not, if not, we just continue with what we're doing. Have some fun. All right, hard four. Four is our point. I'm going to attack that four. Last time we targeted the sixes and eights the entire roll. This time I'm specifically going to go after the points. If I can buckshot the point every time, that's what I want to do. Nope, 4-3. We're done. Yeah, that really shot. Did you see what the problem was? I wanted to see if anybody caught what my problem was. I knew it the second I released it, what my issue was. I know Badlands will probably notice it. He doesn't even have to say it. All right, it was my release point. When I came, I released up here instead of here. Because when I release here, it kicks them up and it kicks them up higher, causes more spin, unreliable bouncing. I need to bring my release point down. You'll see me at times if I'm ever at the casino and you see me going like this, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm telling myself, lower the release point of your dice. All right, here we go. Back out 1-3, 1-2. Let's see if we can hit a horn. Aces or a midnight would be awesome right here. That is a 5-4 Nina. 9. All right, here we go. Let's light up the 9. Oh, uncover the 4. There we go. 9 is our point. Let's roll. And again, if you guys got questions or comments and you want to chime in, I am here for it. All right, I'm going to go after this 9, which means I need a 3, 5, 6, 4. That's the dice set used to target 5s and 9s. They split on me. 3, 6, 9. I got lucky. I got real lucky. I let them split on me. I got to be careful. But we'll take it. I'm not going to argue. We'll just take it and run. We got the point. Back-to-back buckshot. That's what we want. All right, here we go. 1-3, 1-2. Let's control those dice. That's the name of the game, right? Nice, easy toss down the table. They split on me again. That right one is jumping out on me early. 2, 4, 6. Lumber number. All right, let's gain control. 3, 5, 3, 1. I was going to say, you guys probably know the dice set now because that's what we shot with the entire last set. Oh, they kissed. 2, 3, 5, fever. Ooh, I got a little scared there for a second. I heard the kiss. 2, 3, 5, fever 5. Let's mark it. All right, here we go. 3, 5, 3, 1. Hard 6 right here would be great. Hard 4. 2, 2. Hey, beep, beep. Beep, beep. There we go. Hard 4. Oh, I'm going to mark that as a hard way since I hit that as a hard way. All right, here we go. 3-5, 3-1. Ah, they split on me again. 3-5. I got lucky. I got that right die is just wanting to squirt out on me as I throw it. All right, here we go. Got the 8. I think I'm grabbing a little too deep. Let's fix that a little bit. 3-5, 3-1. Yep, there it is. I feel it. Much better. 2-6, easy 8. Back-to-back 8s. We'll take it. 2, 4, 6, 7. All right, let's roll again. 3-5, 3-1. We are looking for that 6. That is a 2x4 6. There it is. That right there. I hope you guys saw that. Yeah, you kind of do see it. The way that hit right here, bounced, hit right there on the edge, and then bounced back and landed and stopped on the pass line. That was the perfect throw. That's exactly as dice controllers and dice influencers try to control those dice as much as possible. That's exactly what we want as dice influencers. 2-4-6. That's the point. Let's continue on with our roll. 1-3, 1-2. It feels so good when you finally hit one of those. Oh. All right, here we go. On the come out, looking for a horn number. Any of them will be fine. That is a 4-6-10, some kind of Larry. Mark the 10. All right, let's hunt that 10. 3-5, 1-5. Let's knock it out. Oh, I need to mark that right there. Almost forgot. There we go. Uh-oh, that felt good. 5-6, yo. That will take. Oh, that was pretty too. Almost textbook. All right. Next roll. 3-5, 3-1. Or excuse me, 3-5, 1-5. Looking for the 10. That's a 5-6 yo again. Man, we are missing that just by a quarter turn. That's 2 yos now. Forgot to throw it the first time. There we go. 3-5, 1-5. That's a 2-6 easy 8. There's the 8. Let's continue on. Our point is a 10. That is a 5-1 mixer. Makes me want to run upstairs and kiss her on that mixer. 6-5-1. All right, here we go. 3-5, 1-5. We were a quarter turn off from a 4 or a 10. 4, 6, 10. There it is. That's the point. Huzzah. All right, let's mark that 10. Bring it down. All right, we're back on the come out. Now we need a 2, 3, and a 12 for the all. A 12 for the talls, 2, 3 for the smalls. Here we go. So we're gonna go 1, 3, 1, 2. We're gonna try to hit that midnight. Oh, oh, 6-3. 6-3. We were a quarter turn away from the midnight. And I think you can see it. I'm going to try to bring it up a little close. You'll see how close we were to the midnight. I think you can see it right there. Yeah. I've got a 3 and then a 6 on this side, a 6 and a 5 right here. We were literally a quarter turn away from a midnight. All right, here we go. 9 is our point. Let's get that 9 out of the way. Let's just knock it out of the park and come back and try for that midnight again. That's a 5-1 mixer. Mark the 6, not 2, 1. There we go. Continue on. 3, 5, 3, 1. Ooh, that had a lot of spin. That was a 2-2 hard 4. I got to be careful. I'm trying to float it in too much, and it really kicked it up high. So I got to be really careful about that. But that was my second hard way. Let's continue on. Okay. Woo. Come on. 9. 3, 5, 6, 4. That is a 3-3 hard 6. That's nice. Let's mark that hard 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our fifth 6. 3, 5, 6, 4. Looking for the 9. Two, 2 hard 4. Again, that's our third one this roll. There's one. Where'd the other one go? There it is. 2 hard 4. Mark that hard 4. That's our third hard 4, and that's a repeater even. Wow. Nice. The hard 4 or the 4 repeater pays 64 to 1. That's two out of the last 3 rolls that we've hit that repeater for. All right, 3, 5, 6, 4. Looking for the 9. That's a 2, 6 easy 8. That's our fourth 8. 3, 5, 6, 4. Let's go Nina 9. I'll take a sexy 9 too. That's a 2, 3 Fever. Fever. Michael Jordan. Let's keep rolling. No stopping now. 3, 5, 6, 4. 5-2. Yep, I hit it early. I hit right here in front of the 2. I missed my spot, so I had an extra bounce to get it there. 2-5, Cinco Dos. Great roll. Needless to say, how many rolls was that? A 20 roller. We did hit the repeater 4. We almost hit the repeater 6. We were 1 away from the repeater yo. Good roll. Hey, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Remember, if you want to join my member community, it's called The Rail. This is pretty much what you're going to expect. The first Sunday of each month, we get together, we hang out, we have some fun, we talk shop, we talk a bunch of crap, trade some horror stories, some funny stories, whatever it may be. That is all here on The Rail. Guys, this is Bob with KCCraps. I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me for about an hour. We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your weekend.